Hello, this is He with Beardisc, and I'm back with another video for you today. Today I have a comparison between the Dynamic Disc Combat Ranger and the Grip EQ BX3. They are comparable in terms of capacity and carrying function. However, they're not comparable in price. Although right now, the Combat Ranger MSRP is at $189.99, which is $190. I think plus shipping is a little bit over $200. And then the BX3 is normally $229. However, it's on sale right now for $209 if you want to grab one. Not this particular graphics design. This is the Paul Macbeth version, but their other solid colors are right now on sale for $209 at Grip's website. So they're about $200 for the bag. So if you had roughly about $200, which one of these bags would you choose? Let's get started. All right, let's do the overview right now. So this Dynamic Disc Combat Ranger is the Heather Charcoal. That's the color scheme. This one is the Paul Macbeth Anniversary Edition. Obviously, this one might cost a bit more than a regular BX3. This is brand new. I have not taken it out on the course. This is my friend's, so it looks spanking new. And I'm going to put disc in this so you can see the capacity of it. But first, we're going to go a little bit of the overview of the exterior. Weight and dimensions are going to be in the description of this video. Just to give you an idea, this bag is the BX3, which is on this side right here, is 3.9 pounds on my scale. I measured it, I believe, 3 times. The Dynamic Disc Combat Ranger comes in at 4.7 pounds on my scale, measured it at 3 times. So this is significantly heavier than this bag, and you can feel it when you pick it up. This is really light compared to this. All right, so I'm going to start off with the top of the Combat Ranger. We have this big compartment at the top. Oh, by the way, all the fabric is the same fabric throughout. I could not figure out what fabric Dynamic Disc used. The only fabric they speak of was the blue ripstop material. And they were talking about the weave of it, so you guys can check that out. I don't have the blue one, so I'm not going to talk about the material. But as far as this material, they didn't really tell me what it is. It feels like 1000D Cordura, but I don't know if it is or not. Again, I can't get any information. But the whole entire bag is lined with this fabric, and it's got this grid type material. They've put a weave in it. Actually, it's just stitching that causes it to be a grid like this. Anyways, this top pocket does have zippers. They are not YKK zippers on the Combat Ranger. And they do have a zipper pull that's very similar to the Grip's zipper pulls. I don't know if I can get one to show you, but you can see one is the blue and one is the black. So they are the same zipper pulls. If you open up this pocket at the top right here, DD wants you to use this as a valuables pocket, meaning everything you could ever want to put in your bag that's valuable items goes in this pocket. There is a mesh material in the back right here. You can open that up and put your other items like your phone, your wallet, your keys, so that the keys don't roll around the pocket and you're not having to dig for it. And the same goes for your wallet. Behind that pocket, there's 2 more zippers right here. This zipper opens up to a water bladder pocket. This is what DD wants you to use it for. They did not have this water bladder pocket in the past with the previous Combat Ranger, but they have added that. I'm now using it as a rain fly. By the way, I measured this bag at 4.7 pounds without the rain fly, so just keep that in mind. Moving down from there, we have the same material right here, but it's got a Dynamic Disc stitch on logo. I think that's a nice touch. We have this flap right here that has this pocket that you can fit a disc in there. I try to fit 2 drivers in there. It will fit 2 distance drivers, but I usually put a zone in here. I'll put an approach disc. However, when you put that disc in here, it will hinder with the main compartment disc, which I will show you later on in the video. Speaking of the main compartment, we have 2 zippers that open up just like so. The flap itself does have some foam on the inside. It also has these 2 Velcro pieces that meet the other Velcro pieces at the bottom of the big valuable pockets. The valuable pockets does have this kind of plastic bendable material, and it has 2 Velcro strips at the bottom here, or just 1 Velcro strip. This Velcro piece attaches to that Velcro strip and it holds the flap up like so. The main compartment is just one big cavernous pocket. It's got hard walls on each side and hard walls on the bottom. On the bottom of the hard wall right there, we do have 5 little feet to keep the bag off the ground. This material on the bottom is water resistant according to DD. Finishing out the front, we have this grid material along with Combat Ranger stitched in as the model name. That is the front of the Combat Ranger. On the BX3, starting from the top, this is the putter pocket at the top. Every single zipper on the BX3 is a YKK zipper. And they are pretty good sized teeth zippers. They are a little bit smoother than these zippers. I don't know what brand the ones on the DD is, but the ones on the grip does feel a lot smoother. And it slides much easier than the ones on the DD. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna try and do the same thing so you can kind of see. I'm gonna go across here. So yeah, it sounds different. Anyways, this putter pocket, this is a dedicated putter pocket according to Grip EQ. Moving down from there, we have a valuables pocket. Grip has dubbed this valuable pockets for quite some time. It is actually really big. It doesn't look big, but basically it has these two materials right here, like cardboard or plastic, that kind of keeps the pocket like a bubble, creates a bubble, so that way you can actually put your stuff in here. It also has a key clip right here to help keep your keychain so that you know where it is at all times inside the pocket. Moving down from there, we have two little pockets. On the BX3, I do not understand these pockets whatsoever. I don't understand the uses of them, because once you open this pocket up, again, YKK zippers, if you fold it in like this, the pocket's kind of useless. You can put a mini in here, you can put maybe a scorecard in here, but that's all you can get. It does not fit a disc. The foam material on this flap is really thick compared to the one on the Combat Ranger. If you flip that up, it has a Velcro piece. This Velcro piece fits its counterpart at the back of this bag. I'm looking for it right now. Hold on, there it is, back of the bag. So if you fold this in, it will attach just like so, and it holds it up. Inside the bag itself, it has hard material over here, hard material over here, and hard material on the bottom. The reason for the hard plastic material on the bottom is because it has two rails that gets screwed in to the hard bottom material, whereas the Combat Ranger has 5 little feet that get screwed into the bottom. This particular bag is 1000D nylon material and 420D nylon material. So the top part of the bag is 420D nylon. I'm sorry, the pockets are 420D nylon material, and the top of the bag itself. The bottom of the bag and the rest of the bag is going to be that 1000D nylon material. I also want to point out that the putter pocket of the BX3 has this little fabric right here. Underneath the fabric is going to be this little drawstring, and that is what you're going to use to draw the pocket up and down, and that will help adjust the height of the putter in terms of how much the putter gets exposed to the top, so you can have easy access to it. Moving down from there, you have the rest of the bag here, just a print, the Paul Macbeth color scheme, and that is the front of the BX3. Moving to the sides of the bags. The Combat Ranger does not have the same on each side. It does have subtle differences. So for example, on this side, you have this strap right here is to help hold your stool, your umbrella, or your retriever. You put your stool or your umbrella down in this little pocket right here, feed it through this strap, cinch it down, and it will hold it in place. It also has a clip. This is for your bag tag or your towels. Or your towels can go into this big pocket. It has this little pocket right here that you can put your dry bags or your phone or dog poop bags is what I use it for. And then this right here can hold a 32-ounce bottle. If you are not using a stool or an umbrella, this can hold a 12 or 20-ounce bottle, so you can have 2 water bottles on that side. But they are hard material, against the same fabric that runs throughout the whole entire bag. And that's what you have on this side. Moving to the other side of the Combat Ranger, same material. This is a little fabric. This is for your putter pouch. This is the dedicated putter pouch. I can fit 2 in here. You can try to fit 3, but it's very tight and it will not work too well. So 2 fits comfortably. You have this pocket at the top. Again, zipper opens wide. You can put your phone in here or your extra towels if you wanted to. It has a mini pocket right here and a pencil pocket, 2 pencil pockets on the outside. And that is the side pockets of the Combat Ranger. The BX3 is going to have identical on each side, slightly identical. So the first side is you're going to have a cup holder. This cup holder is very well padded. It also has a little pencil holder in the back right here of the cup holder pocket, and then it can hold up to a 32-ounce bottle, just like the Combat Ranger. In front of that, the cup holder, there's going to be a pocket. There's going to be 1 zipper. The zipper right here opens up the pocket. You have a smaller pocket for small valuable items like doggy poop bags or dry bags that can go in here. It has this little pocket on the outside. This little pocket right here, along with this red strap, is where you will house your umbrella or your stool or your retriever. The rest of the pocket also has another zipper on the BX3 that opens it up, and it expands the pocket out even more so you can hold more items. So more hoodies and more shirts and more socks and more shorts and anything under the sun, more towels. So that's the difference in terms of the BX3 versus the Combat Ranger. And then the other side is identical. The only thing it doesn't have is that strap, that red strap that goes across to hold your stool. So you can only put the stool on one side, but that's kind of the same thing for the Combat Ranger. We also have another water bottle on this side. Again, 32-ounce water bottle. So there you have it with the side pockets. Let's move to the back of the bag. I wanted to point something out with the BX3. By the putter pockets, there are 2 D-rings right here. And then the shoulder straps, there are 2 more D-rings right here. So there should be. I do not see it. Okay, so I guess some of the grip bags have the D-rings on the straps, but I guess this one does not. It only has it at the top. While we're on the grip EQ here, the straps are made of kind of like a soft mesh material. It's not really 3D. This is 3D mesh material, and this is kind of just a soft mesh material, but I don't think it's really 3D. It is softer than the ones on the Combat Ranger straps. We have a hull loop that runs across. It connects the shoulder straps, and then everything gets sewn into this bar right across, but it is Barnes rotisserie stitching, so it should be reliable, and it should last a little bit longer than not. Moving down from there, we have a sternum strap on the straps here. We have excessive straps keeper. Then we have 3 panels of padding here. This is to help, ideally this is to help with airflow. I believe grip does intend for it to do that. I honestly don't feel this much airflow with this bag during the summer. I haven't worn a BX3. I mean, I worn it for a review, but I've worn the ATS, and the ATS definitely similar back, similar frame, similar skeleton, and I don't really feel much airflow, but these pads are comfortable. The bottom of this right here, you can open this up, and this is where I would normally put my Rainfly for the grip EQ. People put other things there if they wanted to. The bottom of the bag, there used to be a hard plastic piece that comes out a little bit more. However, they've shaved it down, so now it's more contour. I don't know if you can see it, but it contours like this, so it's not digging into the lower back. That is the BX3's, the back of the BX3. The Combat Ranger has a loop right here. This same material wraps around this strap to make it more comfortable to hold. Then you have the straps, which is thick, just like the grip here, except it's a 3D mesh material. You can hear it versus this. You can hear the difference. These little loops right here are to help house the hose that comes from the water bladder in here, and it feeds through these right here to help keep it tidy. It also has a sternum strap, which I've used, and it functions very well. Moving on from there, we have a different style of padding. Dynamic Disc does advertise this as airflow channels right through here. And you have a big pad right here with an indentation here. This is to help with the airflow. And another big pad with slight indentation here and slight indentation here to help with airflow. This pad goes all the way down to the bottom of the bag, as you can see right here. It is starting to scuff off. This bag is 2 years old. I bought this used from somebody to test it out. So it has been used quite a bit, but there's no rips or tears on it after 2 years. So it's been doing really well. So that's the bag of the Combat Ranger and the BX3. Let's go ahead and fill these up and see how they compare. All right, I got the bags packed up, and you guys can see the difference here. On the BX3, I put 2 putters up here. This putter pocket is rated for 3 putters. I'm not going to stretch it because it's my friend's bag and it's brand new, but you can definitely fit 3 putters up here once it's broken in, like so. So right now you can see how loose this is coming in and out. So just keep that in mind. I also have this pocket with the zipper wide open versus the pocket without the second zipper wide open, so you can see the difference in how big it gets if you were to expand both pockets. So that's what it looks like if it's expanded versus not expanded. But there are stuff in here. I have the retriever on the side. You can see how the straps work on the BX3. The Combat Ranger, I have the water bottle. This is a 32-ounce water bottle. It's snug, but it fits just fine and it's not moving anywhere. And this is how the Combat Ranger's stool system works. I actually really like it. It's very sturdy. And by the way, this bag, the Combat Ranger, is very stable compared to the grip. I don't want to drop this, but yeah, like here. This is with the stool on, and it's just not going to like tip. Whereas this, I'm afraid that if I push it too hard, it's gonna tip over. But enough about that. The other side of the Combat Ranger is the mini and my putters. This bag, I've been using it for the last couple of days, so I've been using it as my daily driver right now to do a review on it. So that's why I have everything that I set up that I normally carry during a round. So like I said, this is the putters. When I take it in and out, it does kind of hit this bag, this pocket a little bit. So just be mindful of that if you're going to use this as the putter. I mean, I'm not really sure where else to put the putters. This is where Dynamic Disc wants you to put your putters. I can fit 2 in here just fine. If I try fitting 3 in here, it gets a little tight. And yeah, I can't even fit it in there. I'm not even gonna try. But essentially, 2 putters are in there. The top compartment, I just threw everything under the sun in there. My dry bag, my rangefinder, my towels, and my wallet, my keys normally go in here. So everything just kind of goes up here and lives up there. I don't really use the side pockets much because they're kind of too small, or like they're kind of just an odd shape. And I would just kind of wish they weren't there because this pocket takes care of a lot of things. So right now I have 2 putters here. I have a disc here. You can use this. I don't really use it. I just put it in here for demonstration. The reason why I don't use it is because when this disc is here, you can see taking a disc in and out is really difficult. So if I remove that, look how easy it is to get it in and out in the middle. And then the sides, to go to the end here, there's a little bit of a struggle. This is a glitch, so it might be a little difficult getting it out of the end. But it's not as hard as some other bags that I've used, getting disc out from the ends. So this opening is this nice rectangle shape. It works great getting your discs in and out. Speaking of discs, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 in the main compartment, 2 on the side here, that's 20, plus this is 21. You can fit up to 5 discs up here. So I can just throw all of this up here along with my other junk. So there's 3 in here. You can fit 2 more at the top right here. So 5 discs go in there. So you can go up to 21 plus 5, 26. You can probably go up to 27 because I have it loose right now. I like having it loose, but you can fit another disc in here if you really need to. So it can hold a lot. 27, 28 discs comfortably using this top pocket. Just know that if you use this top pocket to do that, then you won't have room to really mess with these things up here. So clearly it fits 21 discs, 20 comfortably, 21 comfortably if you put this in the main compartment. So that's the Combat Ranger. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in here so I don't lose. This is not a normal disc I carry. So that's the Combat Ranger. Then we have the BX3. So there's 2 discs in here, 2 putters. Obviously you can fit 3 in here once this is broken in. Then the number of discs down here are 2, let me count, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 in the main compartment, plus 2, 3 at the top, so that's 20 discs. To get the disc in and out, again, this bag is not broken in, but it's really easy to get the discs out because this putter pocket sits so high up that there's plenty of room to get the disc in out of the middle. There's a little bit of struggle to get it on the end, but not bad at all. I have a lot of mid-range in here, 2, 4, 5 mid-range in here. So yeah, you can definitely fit 18 in there comfortably. So 18 plus 3 is 21, so it's kind of the same layout as this bag. And then as far as the cup holders go, I have a towel in here right now. Cup holders, I mean, Grip's been really good with their cup holders. This fits just fine. This is a small bottle, but it can fit this 32 ounce just fine right here. I'll just demonstrate that so you can see. Yeah, you can see it fits really nicely in there. And then this is being held by this strap right here, and it's really pretty stable. Goes in this pocket, goes in here. I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate how this looks. You already see how this looks. I mean, this is really stable. I mean, if I'm moving it, the whole bag's moving. So it's really stable. If I take this off right here, I'm just gonna take the stool out, and we're just gonna show you how it looks on the Grip EQ. I'm gonna go ahead and so the way to put the stool is you got to feed it through these red straps here, and I can't fit all 3 of the legs in here, so I have to put just 1 or 2 in here. So I'm gonna try and do that. I'm trying not to break my friend's bag. Yeah. So there you go. Just 2 like that, and then you're gonna take this straps and you're gonna cinch it down. Just like that, and that's how the Grip holds the stool. So 2 legs go in here, and the same thing for the umbrella, just a pointed end down, and then cinch the strap down, and there you go. And then this side with the retriever just pretty much goes in like this. It's pretty easy, and this strap just straps down like that, and that's how clean that looks on the Combat Ranger. So yeah, so that's the disc capacity along with the stool and everything. So to give you an idea of what the 2 bags look like. Comfort wise, believe it or not, this Combat Ranger is actually pretty comfortable, and I think it has to do with the combination of the straps and these pads. It's just a huge pad, and it's very soft material compared to the Grip, which is harder material. You can kind of hear the plastic piece behind it, or whatever, the foam piece behind it, and it's just not as soft and plush as this material that's on the Combat Ranger. So wearing this Combat Ranger, this is my first dynamic disc bag ever actually, and I was thoroughly surprised at how comfortable this bag was, even though it's so heavy. Like once I put it on and walked around with it, it actually did not feel as bulky as it looks. I mean, it's still bulky because the shape of it is odd. It's a square shape, but I don't know how to explain it. This is actually slightly more comfortable than the Grip EQ. I just think it has something to do with the straps here. I think Grip has the straps too low. I think they should move it up here a little bit more, and I think it would make the back more comfortable. Whereas even on the Combat Ranger, it still sits a little higher up towards this top of the bag versus the Grip EQ. And the straps on the Grip, it's a little too wide for my taste. This is not as wide, and I think that's why I like it more. So both bags, you know, when it comes to comfort level, they are comfortable, but I think this bag is slightly more comfortable than the Grip, which is a complete shocker to me, I'll be honest. And I think it's just the way they put the straps on here, where it's stitched all the way across, and it sits a little bit higher than the Grip, and it has these very plush back cushion materials compared to the Grip. And I don't know what they did with Grip on this piece in the back. It still digs into my back, my lower back, after wearing it for 3 hours. I don't know what this is going to be like yet. I haven't worn it that long, but I do feel it down here, the plastic piece. So I would imagine it would be digging into my back as well. But the overall experience with the back of this bag is great. As far as the rest of the bag, on the Combat Ranger versus the Grip EQ, I really don't care for the layout of either bag, honestly. If you had me pick one, I would pick the Grip, because the main compartment and the putter pocket just makes sense to me. When I reach down, I don't have to reach down too far to get the putters out. Whereas on the Combat Ranger, I have to reach it really low, and then when I do, I sometimes hit this pocket right here, which bugs the heck out of me. So I've tried putting the putters up here during one of my rounds. It just kind of like falls in there, and the pocket isn't adjustable because it's not meant for the putters, it's meant for a water bladder. So that kind of bugged me as well. So I stopped putting the putters in here. I put in the putters in here, but then I have to leave this pocket open, and if I don't, then I have to flip this flap in like this and fold it in like this, and it was just a hassle, and I was like, I feel like I was ruining the back more than doing it good. So So yeah, I end up using this putter here. I mean, it's not a big deal. I bend over and grab it, but I think for the bag that's this tall, I think it'd be easier just to grab the disc from up here, but I don't know what they would do with the side pockets. And you only have one 32-ounce water bottle here on this bag. If you carry two, which I don't, but those who carry two, you would have a better option with the BX3. I normally carry one 32-ounce insulated bottle with ice in it, and then I'll carry an extra water bottle, which this bag would work out fine. I'll put it back here, and then once the water runs out of the 32-ounce insulated bottle, I would just replenish it with the room temperature water to keep it cold. So that way I can toss the bottle when I'm done. So yeah, so overall, they both have their plus and minuses, their pros and cons. They're both relatively the same price. One's heavier than the other. One's got materials that are pretty durable, but you don't know what it is. And then one's layout, the functional layout is a little different. I don't like side pockets on the BX3 at all. I think it looks goofy when it's deployed like this. I think it looks goofy, and I think that's what causes the imbalance of the bag. I think because the pocket sits so low and not up here, not the shape of the bag, and I think that's part of why it's not as comfortable once you wear it and you're walking around with it for long periods of time. Whereas the Combat Ranger, there's really not pockets protruding out. It's just all one piece, and the straps are almost the same width. So I think maybe that's why it attributes to more comfort than the BX3 overall. But yeah, that's my comparison of the two bags. If you have any comments or questions, leave it below. If you have any suggestions on other bags you want me to do a review on, let me know. Again, the weight and dimensions are down below, along with the links to where to find these bags. They do have rainflies. The rainflies function very similar to one another. Yeah, that's all I have to say. And I can't think of anything else. But yeah, if you had $200, which bag would you choose? Let me know in the comment section. I will talk to you in the next video.